here. He's talking about the new systems that are landing. And I remind you that all systems are tied to different levels of consciousness. And the level of consciousness that you are aware of will be magnetized to these different systems. And so too, some of the creators of these systems are operating from their own play, if you will. We are seeing some patterns of control falling away, while even some new patterns are being born. And yes, I will call your attention to the increased technological spaces that will be more visible to the collective, I would say, into the next few years ahead. This is a dynamic thing because this is not always visible in a material way. It will come to you more as a convenience or being of service to you. In other words, moving completely and as much as possible from their state of reference into the digital space. Yes. But you are not meant to be living in the digital space. Of course, you are interfacing with technology that has a long history indeed, but there are some of those who would like to use this again because of their own soul frequencies and patterns that would like to use this to control and harness humanity in a different manner. These control systems are not as seen in the way of bricks and mortar, but are experienced more in how you will be encouraged to use and place and interface with resources, financial and otherwise. So this will be an interesting journey. Collectively, it's going to take some people to awaken to what's going on, but more will awaken, and this is absolutely part of the time that you are moving through. There is also the consciousness that is bringing forth very innovative and helpful technology, especially we are seeing into the next years ahead with your farming and growth systems, even while there will be even more, perhaps what we would call earth disruptions. But again, there are energy tools that are being used to cause some of these earth disruptions. And I do not share this in the spirit of fear or concern, but for your understanding and your own learning about consciousness and technology. You, as always, have the choice as to how you will participate and what you will not participate in, as well as the ability to see many systems that are very conscious indeed, that is going to be bringing quite a renaissance in these very systems and in these patterns. So choose well, understand and look at the consciousness of the energy behind these different systems. See, this is an interesting time to be interfacing and being part of what I will call into the decades ahead, a builder race. We have many of the builder races back online again on planet, and I was part of this builder race, but I am coming from another perspective tied to my own soul evolution and growth, and I'm here to be of service in any way I can, knowing that some past cycles of the builder race was misconstrued, mishandled, and misused. And there are many souls here that have had experiences as being part of this builder race and being suppressed by some of this builder race and even other timelines and storylines. So this is very, very strong in your collective right now as well. And be curious about what you are seeing and feeling tied to your own perspectives and responses to power. Power in all forms. There is hard power, which seeks to control and harness. There is soft power, which is the power of meaning and purpose. And dare we say, altruism, that we are seeing some builder race souls here who are playing a role in the rebuilding of these very systems. They may not be completely visible to you now, but notice when these systems do pop up and the emotional and mission statements behind these systems. Some will be artifice, and some will be so shiny and light, it may take you some time to trust and believe in what you are seeing, feeling, and perceiving. So this is an interesting time indeed. There is no right nor wrong here, no sure-footed path per se, because remember, as our other galactic neighbors were saying, this is a time of more evolution tied to your own telepathic ability and intuition. And these are very useful human resources that have been suppressed that are coming in stronger and more stronger and more stronger and more stronger still. And this will serve you well into this very dramatic time. Ease up on some of the density and weight of this even. Be your role, play your role, enjoy the craftsmanship and even some of the drama of it. When you feel yourself pulled into the divisionary energy, you can choose to lift up a bit and see things from a higher and broader perspective. But there is no right or wrong here. It is just experience. And I wish you well, and I bid you adieu, you lovely beings.